Magic is power. It has the capacity to create and destroy, manipulate and transform. It can shatter the very laws that govern each world. The infinite planes of the multiverse are home to countless mages. Yet for all their mastery over their craft, they are each bound to their own planes of reality, blind to the true vastness of the multiverse. But some mages are born with a potential for more. The spark, this gift realized only upon facing a great ordeal. Once ignited, it allows the mage to travel between planes and draw from each plane's magic to reach heights of power otherwise impossible to achieve. They can begin their journey as a planeswalker.
My name is Gideon, and I'm about to die. I was born on a world long since destroyed. Some say I played a hand in its destruction. Less charitable voices say I was the sole cause of its demise. I cared little at the time, as I was blinded by my own self-righteous fury. But then a reckoning came upon me. I found others who could travel between worlds, and whose beliefs conflicted with my own. I was humbled by their power and tempered by their convictions. I resolved to learn from my opponents. I would do better, be better, and fight the very kind of tyrant I had become. For years I stood alone. In countless battles, I won every time. Until now. I've given my all and it wasn't enough. But I have a plan. I've done the one thing my opponent could never do. I've made allies out of enemies.
All is not as it seems, for the struggle is far from over. In consuming our world, the infectors have become the infected. The heart of Merited burns. Now we are one. Khan is coming, Savior.
I have entered an accursed plane, where even death is not absolute. A foul land where nothing seems right, where abominations run rampant, preying on a terrified populace. A fitting refuge for one as venomous as Liliana Vess. This consort of demons has damned me with the curse of the chain veil, and she will revoke it, or she will die. Should I prove victorious, perhaps I'll aid those who would stand against this darkness. But time is short, and I feel her curse consuming me. And my greatest fear is that I may relish the monstrosity I could become. Ascend into darkness.
My bonds have compelled me back to Markov Manor. Painfully, it's clear this land is not as I'd left it. Thraben's wall has been breached. The balance I strove to perfect has been upset. My ravenous brethren cannot see the greater good. And once again, they wreak havoc, their hunger knowing no bounds. Humanity fights valiantly, but they are losing ground. Some go mad. Others, sensing the inevitable, give themselves freely. And once the shadows claim the last of them, my kind shall turn on itself. Where is she whom I created, my guardian of order? Avacyn, my angel, what has befallen you? I will find you, and those who block me will answer to my sword.
My demon master resides within this hell vault. I cannot shatter it outright, but I can cast a spell that will make an unwitting fool the agent of its destruction. Such as Thalia. You, Cathar. Save this shiny rock, or save the lives of your fellow warriors. How predictable. Grizzlebrand, the demon I seek to remove my curse.
Avacyn!
With Avacyn restored, my interests now lie elsewhere.
Legions of angels have been given a renewed sense of purpose, and clearly, strength is returning to our people. Archmages are again wielding their divine power. Once fearsome predators are now subservient guardians. And this reign of darkness will end.
This is my city. My home. After years of searching, I've come to find a refuge from this life of endless turmoil. But of late, activities amongst the guilds of Ravnica has drawn my attention. The Azorius magistrates behave with impunity, imposing ever greater dictates upon the citizenry, while the Bacchanal of Rakdos has taken on an added fervor, giving me pause in light of other guild activities, such as those of the quietly powerful Selesnians, preparing themselves for something, and to what end? And the Golgari, providers of questionable sustenance. Their rot lies under the surface, for now. As for the Izzet, the mad thinkers, Ravnica's frenzied engineers, their activities have intensified, and more guilds remain. I sense another power at work. A potent mind I cannot identify. What force is at work here?
The guilds of Ravnica continue plotting, so myopic in their quests for power that they're unaware of our machinations. Under my stewardship, House Demir will assume dominion over this city. Toward that end, the Simic's ability to evolve and adapt could prove an asset. They breed new predators without thought to the prey they might hunt, and the marginalized rule. The clan's explosive violence can provide the finest cover for our covert dealings. The Orzhov Syndicate skillfully restored the facade of piety, but are driven as ever by base pursuits of wealth and power. Throughout, my Demir agents hear all and see all, gathering secrets from the shadows, never attracting the attention of those righteous enforcers known as the Boros Legion. Its platoons will be kept busy with other, less subtle crimes. My path will be made clear. No one of this world can stop me.
Guilds of Ravnica. The dragon Niv Mizzet has come to a decision. Your aggressions threaten our city and risk all-out war. To quell these conflicts, the Izzet will include you in our grand project. The Fire Mind has discovered an ancient maze that winds through our world. It passes through all 10 hallowed guild gates, from Selesnia's welcoming arch to the dungeon door of Rakdos. If Wizard invites you to complete the maze's path, and to choose a champion to traverse it. Warrior or diplomat. Sorcerer or brute. Choice is yours. Running the maze will be treacherous, deadly. Your fellow guilds will use every resource to stop you. And I am no exception. But you will send your champions, because solving the maze will yield a prize that will change our world forever. One being will rule the guilds of Ravnica.
We are the gods who hold dominion over the world. The givers of light. The stewards of the wilds. The guardians of the dead. Some manipulate mortals. Create catastrophes. Send monsters to terrorize the land. Such are the whims of the gods. And I am Heliod, the greatest of these. Yet something ominous gnaws at the edges of my world. Akros is home to fierce warriors, yet they struggle against hordes of minotaurs. In Meletus, the city of philosophers, oracles foresee disaster. And Satessa, a haven in the wilds, is terrorized by monsters like none have seen before. My world is filled with heroes, but none of them are strong enough to defeat the enemy hiding in plain sight among them. Yet, I know one who is. She does not wish to be a hero, but fate has other plans for her. Elspeth will save theirs from the usurper who would steal it from me. Darkness approaches, and she must become the hero she was meant.
So much power. So much adoration. And what do the gods do with it? They meddle. Ithara coddles the humans like children, while Phoenix, ever amused by their torment, finds new ways to enjoy them. Karametra strives to keep the mortals sheltered from the gathering shadows. And Mogis has seized the opportunity to set his minotaurs upon them. But standing among their ranks is the Sun God's champion, Elspeth. Will her heroism be enough to save them? Oh, yes. So now, they revel in their victory, while I make my place in the sky, among the gods. Darkness approaches. May the fates aid any who venture into the...
When does a hero's journey begin? The moment you step outside the safety of your home? Or when you realize the fight has just begun? Is it when you comprehend how small you are compared to the vastness of what threatens to destroy you? When did you learn that the journey isn't a lonely road, and you didn't have to face the darkness alone? Lesser souls lose heart and lay down their swords. But a champion risks everything for the greater good. Take comfort in this. True heroes never die. The sun rises, the sun sets. But we all have to cross the river someday. Even her. Resign yourself to your glorious fate. I am coming to claim my prize.
Some were born to fight. Some were born to rule. I was never born at all. I returned home. My spirit torn between two dragons. One a tyrant. One a ghost. On my world of Tarkir, the dragons have been driven to extinction by the 5 warrior clans. The fierce Ahmad have conquered the wastes. My former clan of swift horses and swifter tempers. The monks of the Jeskai clan are masters of the mystic arts, cunning, controlled, and disciplined. The fierce Tiber have come to dominate the icy frontier, savage opponents with ferocious hearts. The Sultai and their undead servants rule a decadent empire, ruthless serpents decked in stolen treasures. And the Abzan have become unstoppable desert warriors, enduring, loyal, and surprisingly hard to kill. This is the world that drew me back, a world that needs you. Torn by battle, trampled by clashing hordes.
Our world of Tarkir was once a tomb. A graveyard for dragons, hunted and killed by the ancient Khans. But I was given a chance to change Tarkir's fate. I traveled back before the dragons died, and tipped the scales of history. When I returned to my time, I found you, Ugin, alive. The dragon tempest never ceased. Dragonkind never died out. The Khans fell. And in their place rose 5 elder dragons. The Dragon Lords claimed their rightful place in command of the world. 5 new dragon clans grew around them, forging a new history from the old. This is our world now, Ugin. This is our Tarkir. Where once the clans fought the dragons, now the dragons and the clans are one. I too have changed. I've thrown aside my own past. I'm a curiosity now, an orphan of time. But now, Tarkir is the world I've always longed for. Now, I fly with dragons.
Our world is a place of beauty and danger that is equal parts adventure and disaster. It is Zendikar, our home, and it is under siege. Monsters have emerged everywhere. Some say they have been here all along, trapped. But I say they are not of this world, and it is we who are trapped. They are spreading across Zendikar, killing and consuming. Left unchallenged, they will leave our home a wasteland. But Zendikar has its defenders. Heroes who fight to save this world from the forces that threaten to destroy it. We all must find strength in one another. Only then can Zendikar be saved. Now is the time to face this alien threat. To take a stand. To battle for Zendikar.
The war has shifted. Mere moments ago, Zendikar looked to be on the edge of freedom. The denizens who fought, bled, and died for their world were on the cusps of their greatest victory. In battle, you should always expect the unexpected. But I could never fathom the appearance of that demon, or what he planned to unleash. My folly was in my arrogance to think a single man, planeswalker or otherwise, could stand against something as ancient and all-powerful as the Eldrazi. Me and my men could barely handle the Titan Ulamog alone. Now, Zendikar has released yet another of its prisoners, the Titan Kozilek. The towering twins now carve two paths of destruction through Zendikar, cutting our time to act in half. Before, I believed one man could face any adversity with strength, honor, and courage alone. But now, I see some threats are just too great. To protect the multiverse, I call for an oath to be taken by all who would stand against injustice. For justice and peace, I will keep watch.
For the sake of the multiverse, I will keep watch.
For the life of every plane, I will keep watch.
If it means people can live in freedom, yeah, I'll keep watch.
May these oaths bind us. From now on, the Gatewatch will stand with those of the multiverse to face any threat. We start here on Zendikar. Ulamog and Kozilek will pay for the destruction they've wrought. Where one planeswalker would simply fall, the Gatewatch will prevail!
Some strange force is working on this world, twisting it into a bent reflection of itself. I've traveled the roads of Innistrad, searching for the meaning of this change. But all I find are more questions. Curses grow stronger. Monstrous thirsts cannot be sated, and the living are once again haunted by the dead. The source of this evil must be found before its dark presence consumes the world. Consumes me. Strange clues. A trail of dark magic. A tangled web of insanity. But the knots are unraveling. Those who once protected the world now fly on blood-stained wings. They've led me here, to this consecrated ground, to this madness.
Fear the dark. But here, it's inescapable. Remember where you are. This is Innistrad, where light only exists to cast shadow. Those shadows are twisting into threats so absolute, so relentless, that you'll have to keep fighting them just to survive. But survival is for the uninspired. Victory is for the strong. And the strong are willing to embrace the darkness. This is my domain. So fall in, soldier. As the true enemy rises. Darkness.
People of Kaladesh, whether you hail from distant fields or greenbelt towns, or from our great city centers. This is your time. The Kaladesh Inventors Fair invites you, our best and brightest, to share your ingenuity with the world. As an official entrant, you may fuel your creativity with unrestricted ether access. Demonstrate that you can channel the ether into bold, new creations. Showcase your ideas, your inventions, your genius. In this time when anything is buildable, you can invent your tomorrow today! Security measures are now in place. Inventors' permits are suspended, and ether access is restricted.
People of Kaladesh!
These measures are...
And I am one of you. We trusted the consulate once, but they betrayed us. Don't be blinded by Tezzeret's lies. The consulate sends peacemakers to arrest you and calls that safety? They steal your inventions and deny you ether access and call that freedom?
Ignore this agitator!
Do you feel safe?
People, return!
Do you feel free?
Enough! Initiate crowd control.
Don't you dare touch them!
Disperse this rabble.
If you're looking for a fight, I'll give you one! It's time to take back the power! Are you with me?
Whoever seeks the Golden City never returns. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't scare that easy. They talk about the unknown, but the unknowns never dealt with us. The toughest bunch of lying, stinking thieves this world's ever seen. No matter who or what gets in our way, every single time we come through. Remember Scarlet Pete? He outran the jaws of death. Nearly. About Morgan Loxley using her head like that. Who knew she'd be such a natural at diplomacy? And even that mutinous dog, Bedlam Boggs. I personally made sure he was first to lay hands on our plunder. But enough talk!
On Dominaria, we've almost lost count. As we celebrate a world reborn, darkness is growing. Each day wasted brings us closer to ruin. I've lived through the cycle, and I know this time it will be different. Together, we will crush this evil at its source. Forever. Dominaria cannot wait. And neither will we.
I need to tell you a secret that will change Ravnica forever.
Land cries out. We have eyes everywhere. Can you feel it? Lines are being drawn as we speak. Whose side are you on?
Control the secrets, and you control the cities.
Death is just the next step. You first.
Incoming! Take cover! Steady! Steady! Now!
The balance of Ravnica is about to change, and change is good for us.
We are at the threshold of a new age.
Did you think death would free you from your obligation?
When the system fails, we will balance the scales. This is cruel territory now!
Get ready for the freak show!
What is there to fear? This is what we've been preparing for!
The end race is upon us!
Doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter.